You don't say. The famous one deep in the Montario Mountains. Really? I'm impressed. It only took them a year.
They've even paved a proper mountain road. And get this, the headmistress is none other than Lady Juna.
What? The songstress?
Well, she is one of the king's 6 partisans. If she managed to help save the world from Louise, I expect she knows a thing or two about magic. Sounds like they plan to fully open the magic researcher's findings to the people, too. Quite a turn from when the late Sanctifex banned it.
Makes sense to me. After the clash between His Majesty and Louise last year, everyone knows you don't really need an igniter to use magic.
And that's just today's news. It's surprise after surprise, ever since us church folk got the boot from the palace.
Hard to believe it's already been a full year, only natural that there will still be unrest among the people.
Even the royal knights. Their leadership was bound to the church more than anything, and now he's out on his ear too. And replaced by Sir Heisme Nocturne, no less. You believe that? The royal knights, led by a Uchief of all things. Though he's one of the 6 partisans himself. When he speaks, everyone listens. No one's about to complain.
Even Parliament now invites citizen representatives to hearings. Strange to think we'd been deaf to the voice of the people until now. It's unbelievable, compared to the days of the autocrats. How swiftly the times change, eh?
Credit where it's due. I think it's thanks to His young majesty. Remember last year's coronation? Unprecedented, that. Saw heroes of all different tribes celebrating the king's victory. Celebrating the common folk, even. They tell me some of the younger aristocrats have taken to calling it the Great Reconciliation. It really is a tragedy, what happened to his father, the king. But considering how his sons turned out, I hope he's at peace.
Indeed. Yet the real test is still to come. The first year has seen a lot of good, but we've still got our share of problems.
Does no one recognize me, or why am I just out here by myself? People are smiling more now. Must possibly resolve the multitude of problems we do face. So the 6 partisans is Sho, Hogenberg, Heisme, Juna, Yufa, and Basilio. I get it that they didn't put anyone else because like all of my other followers have their own stuff. But what about Navarre? How is Navarre not a part of this? Alright, whatever.
Speaking of His Majesty, I've also heard some folks saying they've seen a boy wandering around these parts who looks just like him. You don't suppose?
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't be out here by myself.
Without his escorts? Besides, what business would a king have in this place?
Suppose you're right.
Can I hear them? Like... October 35th? Oh, hi.
Mountains upon mountains of appeals from the people. How many days will this take to sort?
After all the trouble you took to flee politics. And somehow you're now the preeminent ladyship of your house. Such is fate.
Oh.
Despite everything, this year has passed in surprising peace, hasn't it? Honestly, with the royal scepter disappearing like that, I feared more dissent.
Perhaps after Louise, they swore they could never let that happen again. Either way, more and more are dealing with conflicts calmly and openly. Promising.
It promises that I'll have an eternally cluttered desk.
Here, Your Majesty. I've brought in the next load. And there we go. Not half bad, right? Hey, isn't the king supposed to be here?
When did he...
Did you not notice? You guys are terrible guards.
All this decoration doesn't suit me. How can Louise afford and put up with all this damn finery?
Your Majesty? Are you here? Juna's back from her inspection.
Apologies, Troll. I'll look for him now.
Wait, I'm coming with you.
Oh, good grief. Some things never change. Not that they should.
I'd say life has changed plenty for us.
Yet somehow our captain's the same as he ever was.
Okay, so Scholl and Hilgenberg.
And then, well, I might have got a bit too fresh with them stuck-up scientists, but those bloody church folk been looking down on us for years, you know?
So let me get this straight. Scholl and Hilgenberg are both leader of their house. Scholl must have rebuilt his house. Maybe he's built it back in the capital, or maybe he's back in the in his own territory. But I think he's in the capital now. And Hildenberg's the leader of her house now. I thought Hildenberg might be the captain of the royal guard, but that's Heismay now. So Juna is the headmistress of the newly built magic academy. I don't know what Basilio's doing, and I don't know what Yufa is doing. I don't know what their official title is.
Still, it was other scientists what stepped in to keep things peaceable too. I reckon they're not all bad. Guess me cogs turning. They lost both their Saint-Effects and the Saint Lady last year. Got their own struggles, I expect.
Authority weakens the power felt in the hand of those who have never wielded. We must ensure it does not corrupt and give rise to new conflict.
Not like it excuses all of them, or makes me want to go up and shake a saint's hand, but you really put some perspective on it.
We come to understand them.
I believe you'll come to understand them.
You know what, lad? You're all right. You ever need some good honest work? I'll get you squared, eh?
I'm glad to see more optimism in the world. Still, it takes more than takes more than that to make an effort takes more than that to affect real true change. Why can't I read?
I should have known you'd be wandering around without your escorts again. How is it, being able to hear the city's honest thoughts? If you told them you're the king, it'd knock them sideways. Sorry you ended up coming all this way. Maria's actually out on an errand right now.
That's too bad.
I see. That's too bad.
Are you that disappointed? She's a lucky one for such company. Either way, let's keep your head down. You know what happens when you're too obvious about this. Sooner or later, the lady captain of the Royal Guard...
How there you are! I knew we'd find you here, for crying out loud!
Wait a minute, didn't they say Heismay was the captain of the Royal Guard? Why did Fabia just say Hilgenberg was?
So you were here.
Where else would I be?
The devil.
Let us return, Your Majesty. And I thought I had informed you that Juno would be back from her expedition today.
I'll go back soon.
I have a few stops left in the city, though.
You do know I practically sprinted out the gates to find you. To settle, I shall come with you on every excursion.
Not dressed like that, you aren't. You know how we like snooping around, inconspicuously.
Point taken.
He'll be fine. His Majesty is not about to fall prey to some alleyway scoundrel, surely. Right, Your Majesty. If you see Maria about, do slow down for a chat. She'll be shattered if she finds out she just missed you.
Fine. Now, Your Majesty, once your business here is finished, please make sure you return to the palace with all swiftness.
All right.
Maria, where are you?
Let's go!
It reminds me of the first time Maria went missing. It seems so long ago. She might be praying the Grand Cathedral just like back then. Before heading to the Grand Cathedral, I want to talk to everyone else first. They're all in the royal capital to prepare for the new year, so let's find them. Okay, so this is the last. We can say goodbye to everyone one last time. That's a nice touch. This 1 year time skip was really interesting. What's up, Helgenberg?
Come now.
When you finish your business outside the palace, please promise me you'll return resume your duties to Your Majesty. It takes you. If you take this, I presume you will not venture out. That's not at all. Only that's the captain of the royal guard. I must know your whereabouts of all times. Relax, Hukenberg. You need to be serious, Hukenberg. Listen up, maybe. You mean to say I'm too fussy? Wow, this is not only prepared over the captain. Test only proper for the captain of the royal guard. To be over familiar with the set of poor example, imagine the scandalous faces of the rank and file guards. That's it. They go by reflect on our travels. Now only a year passed. I already gained my pride as a knight. That journey was by the wanderer searching in vain for the prince, and it was through you I learned he yet lives. And in the end, it was your ascent to the throne I supported. I never tired of facing the young guards making gun guards makes when I tell I never tired of faces the young guards make when I tell them the times I acted as a witness to my duel. Bring back memories. That should bring back memories. Not only for my duel was redundant, but for the journey we undertook. You were the reason I could endure the fight to the end. I'm pleased to say that the knights of today are nothing like they were under Rodon's command. Soldiers take up their sword, not for the purpose of power, but for the people. And as the champions of the people yourself, will do all in our power to protect your king. Do not make it easy to sneak out in the palace as you do, though I suspect the soldiers are getting used to your chaotic tendencies. They know they protect not just the king, but the Lord who will stand beside the people and hear their voices in clarity and truth.
This I vow.
I'll protect you with my life, as I always endeavor to do. Your Majesty, only let me stay by your side to do so.
What do you want to do?
Steal more people. You have to go to Maria now. Alright.
What now?
I think I can just like do this. Yeah, I can just like tell them. Oh, Moore's dead. I can't talk to Moore. Let's go. We need to find Maria in the cathedral. Let's go, Barden. I don't know if we'll meet again. Should I go? Should I talk?
Lovely, that.
What's up, dude? What unexpected coincidence, Your Majesty? No guards with you today? Ah, don't worry. I'm no tattletale. I myself just left the meeting going over how the provincial government are doing. We could for the new year. How are things in materia? How are things in materia? No, it's not lively as it used to be. No, we only all to you, Your Majesty. The Dutch gymnastics cleaned up for us feels like ancient history now. And I'm pleased to report, as the head of the provincial lords, is nothing but good news to reach my ears about the relations between the towns and the employees up over welfare too. Each town has special wisdom to offer, and when we combine our heads, there's no problem we can solve. I just feel so blessed to be part of it. I know I made more blunders when I stepped into the government role, and I'm happy to share my feelings with others. Don't repeat my mistakes. That brings me back. That really brings me back. I know I'm trying to do too much on my own back then, and I got a bit overzealous. Of course, some lords are like I once was, and would rather interesting to their sole discretion and leave things to the people. And yes, talking every matter to public opinion can be laborious, which all the proceedings and disputes. Still changing our own lives with our own hands and makes the process worth the trouble. And choose the team to our own will was all the inspiration we needed for the change. Alright.
What now?
Straw, where are you? Talk to me, buddy.
Say that.
Dude, Straw, I love your new armor. It looks pretty cool. Shocking the city again, are we? Which to say, Hogenberg is on the hunt, the classic game of cat and mouse. Who's which, I dare not say. It's been years since you was in the store, was like you already changed. I could have said some of you. You haven't changed much either, Stro. Ah, that's Lord or General Stro, Your Majesty. Haha, I never get used to such titles. I really should take a page from Majuma's book. She has a gift for a delegation, like she was born to do so. You mean she's lazy? Now that I can talk, I actually came out of a bit of a breather myself. You know, I think that even those at the top their struggles a little too clearly. A judge's duty feels overwhelming at times. Neither lives hanging in the balance. I recognize the weight of every decision I make, and I do find satisfaction in protecting those lives. Remember our first meeting back at the recruitment central? I have fallen noble, which is nothing to my name, and you struggle without a traveler. Back then, only goal was getting ahead. My people were a little more than our first thoughts. But I didn't meet you. I never realized the truth about my fortune, my father's intentions. I certainly couldn't have saved the Halia. I only seem to drive their face to you. I think I said that before, but again, thank you. Give yourself some credit. You need to give yourself some credit, Shro. I could steal my credit. I could take to you for showing me the way. Their life stable, peaceful lives thanks to you. Your whole country on your shoulders now, and the road ahead will be full of challenges we can possibly foresee. By showing the way, I will blaze the trail now and always. It's my role as a warrior to be the vanguard. Our title may have changed, but like think our friendship is as steadfast as ever. Don't hesitate to rely on me now and always.
Say that.
Nice.
What now?
To give me... Sure, Alonso. Why not? Go see Alonso. Alonso, you're in the city, huh? What's up, dude?
Good to see you.
Well, hello, your majesty. It's only been a year since your coronation. Let's see you become quite apt in sneaking away from your political duties. Under the constant fire, knives and all trades, con artisan and the city's critics alike. Your opening act has been rather tumultuous, no? I haven't noticed. No, hasn't. I haven't noticed. Haha, no, king me an answer. Never miss the opportunity to display how capable you are. Commendable. Besides, most of these alligators are the kind of scum that stirs the pot in the hopes that they might benefit from the country's turmoil. Nothing I couldn't handle, of course. This work for the royal adjutant to the citizens' council. Oh, so you do have an official role here. Okay, cool. Quite an ally I made, I hope I should say. I wonder if my mother would have been be proud to see who I become, that I'm doing my damnedest to use my talent for good, as I always should have. I'm sure she would. There's no doubt in my mind. I hope so. Such a prominent child, like make this country where honest folks like my mother can be happy.
Did you mention it?
That reminds me to remember Dutch Chroma, my hometown landowner. He told me to send you his regards. He since confessed his crime and is waiting trial. You were the ones who awakened his conscience. It makes sense, doesn't it? You've proven your ideals to be true. That's why this country is doing so well. There's nothing more to it. I'm hardly qualified to speak with pride, but if this country has one, it is you. I'm proud to be amongst these people. Perhaps under your rule the day will come that even we Nidia can walk freely in our true forms. So you have a true form as well, huh? You're curious when I look at my true form? You're like a baby, I know that. I'd be happy to oblige, but let's save that for another time, shall we? Yeah, you look like a baby. Don't you all look like babies?
What now?
I want to save Yufa and Brigitte for the last, so I'm thinking I'm gonna do Juna next, and Navar's, Heisman, Katharina, Blasio, Yufa, and Brigitte. Yeah, I think these works.
My kit